Hello and welcome. This is Dirnan playing Transport Fever 2. Last episode we spent almost 6 years setting up another train line in addition to the first one we did, and now we have over 18 million in the bank. And as we look at the chart that shows how much we're doing, red is expenditures. This is that first year that we spent pretty much all of our money to build the really long train line, and slowly it made us money until we got to 1860, where we built that other train line and built trains, and now we are consistently for the last few years just making way more money than we are spending. So last episode I talked about using trucks to move things around, so I found one spot in the whole map that might be good for it. It seems this map does not want to cooperate. Usually I will see things like a forest, and then a sawmill, and then gears, or tools, right there. Instead, they're kind of away from each other. And it would seem that there are only a few of the industries that a city needs that are right by it. So this one, this material plant, is near this city. I do have to truck from this quarry over here, but then I can just simply set up a truck line from here and a truck line to here, and that'll work until we're producing too much, and then maybe we can also truck it up to Lowell. But that would be the only one that I've found all around, because things like Costa Mesa, they need machines, but machines need planks and steel. There is no steel close by. There's no planks close by, except for this one that we're already using. So we could ship some of these planks to here, but then there's nothing when they go back to get planks. We can't take logs back with us. And I guess there is steel down here, but then we run into, here's the coal for it, and here's the iron for it, way down here. Not very truck conducive. The other one that is usually easy is there's a farm, take the grain, take it to a food processing plant, and then dump it off at a city. But that's not the way it goes. This city here, Montgomery, wants it. And there's a food processing plant here and one here. Kind of not close at all for trucks. Trains, totally can do it. Other cities, as I've been looking around, have the same sort of issue of they don't have the industries directly around them that directly relate to what they want. This guy wants building materials. There's no building materials on this part of the map. It would have to cross water to get to this place and to get to Elk Grove. Now there is some here, and there's these two quarries, so I could set up that and that would do fine, but I can't easily get this across there. Last episode we saw it's going to take half of what I have in my bank account just to make a bridge across this large water expanse. Now I could do ships, but that seems like overkill just to send a ship back and forth to have a truck, then truck it up there. So we are going to set up a truck line from the Rochester quarry to the Temecula construction materials plant, taking those construction materials to Temecula. After that time lapse, let's start up time and we will see how these trucks do going from place to place. Tried to get these trucks to reverse so they can go to get stone first instead of just sitting here not doing anything. Because that's what they're doing. They're sitting there so that they can be all spaced out on this long trip over here to get stone. And one of the things that I will do is I'll configure this, add, that guy leaves, another staging area, another one, just because it seems that we'll run out of space for this stone here, and then some will get lost, and we want to get all of it that we can get going. So this guy here at the front should be up here, making the route 8. And like I could probably do with a few more trucks. But we'll let it run for a little while to see if there is indeed a surplus here. I would hate to have, 6 more trucks to fill in this line and then they're only carrying 1 or 2, because then you need to sell a truck or 2. These guys are just, going from where the building materials will be to the town along this road that I built during the time lapse. And it is producing, but it's not getting here. Oh, because this can't be seen by that. Okay, so we need to destroy it. And pause, because there's lots of warnings about that. For some reason it didn't like it being right here. It needed to be right there. So I will add the street access back in. We'll add a little road here to here. And there we go. So this should, when these guys drop off, get produced here, and a little while later show up here. Hey, there's something we need. Nice. So now this guy got a couple, and he's gonna come on down the road and drop it off in Temecula. And they will have a supply of building materials, which will help their population go up ever so slightly. We are on the eve of 1870, and for the past 5 years, all we've really done is add trucks to the road. We did build a little road to make this a shorter trip for the trucks, but we didn't build any rails, and we just added those lines. And because of that, this city, Temecula, now has a target population of 319, up from 188, because we are supplying a little over half of their building supply needs. But one of their supply needs is at 60%, and so that makes that go up to 70% with their destinations growth piece. In almost 20 years of being a transport company, I have 2 train lines that are close to 2 million each, and then several profitable truck lines that are doing just fine for themselves. Next episode, I think we're going to head back up this direction towards Montgomery, and we are going to try our luck at moving food. So I think going from the food processing center to Montgomery, having these farms deliver to the train station here, and have that just go back and forth with these farms possibly feeding the food processing as well. think we will for sure be able to meet their supply of only 26. But after that gets established and run for a little while, we can then move people, I think, from Irving to Montgomery and back and forth. And I think that'll help those two towns grow. We can also send some of this excess bread that we're making and send some of that down to Irving because they have a much higher demand for it, possibly. But we're going to fill up Montgomery and see where we can get with that before we head and send that to Irving. So that is it for this episode. Thank you for watching. This has been Dirnan playing Transport Fever 2.